Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Broverwatch. This is not necessarily an episode of our podcast. This is just a video. This is kind of a follow-up to our podcast from 2 weeks ago, actually 3 weeks ago. Yeah, 3 weeks ago, where we talked about what our ideas for cinematics were. Well, believe it or not, right after we did that podcast, they were like, you know what? We like Calder, Adam, and Matt, so let's follow their lead and actually release a new cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
So they did that.
You didn't introduce us,
No.
so I don't know we were allowed to say things.
I'm waiting for my cue.
With me today, as always, is Calder
Cut.
Miss Wood. Calder, how are you?
Well, not as always, because I wasn't with you earlier in the week.
And Matt, how are you? Matt is also here.
I'm alright. It's okay.
Adam is trying to take over the Broverwatch YouTube channel with force. He
Fun
broke
fact.
my mic, and now I have to use
I
these
did not break
Apple
your mic.
headphones.
You smash it on your desk and are like, this is a funny joke.
Oh, just because I put it in a backpack once.
Anyway, so today we are going to be talking
I
about
didn't
the
know. I
brand
didn't
new...
know sensor mics were so sensitive.
This is not a video about your mic. Although now you can hear how bad it is. This is a video about the brand new D.va cinematic called...
Shooting Star.
So, before we get started discussing the brand new cinematic, we'll go across on my screen, because I know everyone's screen is different. We'll go across and say everyone's opinion, starting with Calder, then Matt, then me. Everybody's just couple sentence thoughts.
Good. Wanted more. Didn't really make me care about D.va any more than I did before.
I'll also say, good animation.
Why are you commenting?
It's good. Wanted more. It didn't really add too much to the lore of it. We got to see more D.va eating chips and Mountain Dew. And
And 95
got to see
million missiles. She ate it.
95 and infinite boosters. That was pretty cool. But yeah, if you read D.va's description on the Overwatch page, that is what the cinematic was. Pretty much down to it. It basically says she's a gamer. She flies a mech and defends. That was epic. And she defends the Korean coast from not aliens, robots, I think.
I am
Maybe
excited for
aliens.
the new map. Let me add that.
Oh, yeah,
Way
the
to
new
jump
map.
in before I say my couple sentences, Calder.
Well, you're just...
Here are my thoughts. Good. Here are my other thoughts. I thought that it was quite good. I
That's the
enjoyed it.
exact same thought.
I
twice.
enjoyed it. I thought
Man.
the animation was obviously good. I think it is very similar to the May cinematic, where it was kind of just...
No.
Nope. Let me explain, Matthew.
Alright, I'll let you finish.
Where it was very much...
Is it because they're both Asian?
Matt and I were both quiet during yours. We didn't say a darn thing.
Controversial.
Rewind this. We didn't say a darn thing during yours. So, that was fake anger. I just want to clarify. Okay.
You're turning red with rage.
I'm
No, that's just his hair.
I'm so angry right now. That's
Just
her.
Alright,
neck.
Dave, what were you saying about the
What I was saying, my neck
yeah.
hurts. What I was saying was it is very similar to the May cinematic as far as it is it's a very small story that is very just much stuff that we kind of already knew. Like with the May one, we knew that all of her friends died and then she escaped the place. What lore did we get from that? She really likes to pour coffee. She's got hiking boots. And
We got to see the creation of her gear and how that came about. Whereas I guess we got to see how D.va got her alt.
Yeah.
kind of, but she shoots
also in the
the
main one,
reaction
don't they
core.
talk about what Eco Point Antarctica does? A little bit.
Yeah, but I'd
Busan,
argue
just
that in this
they put
one we
pictures of
actually
D.va
learned.
on all these skyscrapers.
But in this one, I'd argue that we actually learned anything about mecha. We didn't really know anything about mecha before. We were just like, hey, dude, they're in robots.
I
We
will
learned
give them this. They
7
had
of them are dead.
They had some cool robots if you freeze frame it. The blue one is pretty rad. Same with the green one.
Mm-hmm.
Although, why they gave the green mecha like a shield? It looks like he has like a Brigida shield. When they could have given all of the mechas D.va's projectile thing. I don't see why they don't do that. Why don't they put
Maybe you
those
can do
on
one of
like?
these.
Why don't they put those on the skyscrapers? Why
What?
not? Why not do that?
Money.
Because
There's
D.va's
an
hot.
economy going, Matt. It's Busan.
Busan.
Anyway, so yeah, it was good. I think it was like, I think people are being a little harder on it than they should be, because I don't think like we didn't. It's not like every cinematic we're like so much lore. Like even the Reinhardt one, it was like he had a guy who was mentoring him, and
No, but if you look at like the Reinhardt one or the May one, they also introduced the map, and they have like details in the map about everything.
yeah,
on
so
Busan.
Busan probably will.
Like 5 of the 7 minutes of the short were over the water.
That's true.
So,
But we'll see all them mechas in the city.
yeah, we'll get that. That'll be cool.
The thing with this short is I'm
It
not
sounds
sure.
like I'm like defending it to my grave.
Oh, it's
but like
no, like I don't think anyone's like saying it was bad, because it wasn't bad. It's just like if you compare it to the Reinhardt one, it's not the Reinhardt one. The Reinhardt one was pretty good. That was a good one.
I think the one thing that for me made it a little lesser than the other ones is I feel like, and I'm not saying it that this has to be in every single cinematic, but it kind of lacked real like emotion.
Yeah,
like the Reinhardt
You
one.
know,
was
friend zoning is friend zoning, not an
Yeah.
emotion.
Yeah.
The friggin' end bit where he gets hardcore friend zoned, they're playing like happy-go-lucky good music, and it's like, no, this poor guy got friend zoned. But like
Man.
in the Reinhardt cinematic, it's like, die with glory, whatever, and it's like, oh, so sad. In the May one,
Even
it's
in
like
like the
all her friends
Bastion
died.
one, the Bastion one, he doesn't talk, but you feel for that robot.
He has PTSD.
He has PTSD in like a field.
Yep. Yeah. And like there was a bit of emotion when she like had the flashback and she's like, we almost lost. But, and I will admit, and I'm not lying, and maybe it was just because I didn't have my fan on. Maybe it was because I had my door open and there was a breeze, but I got chills when she like was just staring off in the distance, not focusing on anything, and then the friggin' flashback happened, and it was like, I'm going down! Because for a sec I was like, did one of them die? And then I was like, oh no, they didn't die. But
Here's an idea. What if we go one by one and we say what major change we would make so that that would make it better for us?
one major change, because I feel like
Or minor.
Because I feel like
minor.
major change will be like, this is my idea for a D.va cinematic.
Maybe.
Imagine on the pitch a D.va cinematic.
Okay,
I'm surprised none of us pitched
it's
the
the
D.va
same.
cinematic.
It's the same D.va cinematic, but she's in Japan with Genji. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
No,
Calder what? I think his
All right.
camera's frozen, but it works because he's in.
do you want me to go first?
Sure.
And then when Calder gets back, he can go. All right. I think if you rewind the tape like 3 weeks or whatever in the cinematic where you get to see the fight with all the mechas, that would have been the good cinematic that expands on the lore because you get to see a full mecha fight, right?
Yeah.
You get to see the big fight, whereas it's a small
This
scale.
was like the fight already happened.
This was the fight already happened. This is like 5 random drones come and she gets them all by herself, easy peasy.
I wouldn't be Japanesey. I wouldn't be surprised if they had that thought and then they were like, but I feel like, or then they thought probably they want to like center it more on D.va specifically, but it's like I do think that would have made a better cinematic overall.
Yeah, I do too. Gives you a little bit more lore. Gives you a little bit of action taste.
Yeah.
You know.
I do think. I was about to say this had the best action, but hands down, Dragons had the best action.
Dragons did.
The Reinhardt one probably did.
Reinhardt one did when he has both hammers and he's swinging around. And...
There's like that one, or I guess not that one scene. Anything with friggin' Baldric was fantastic.
Baldric was good. Or when Reinhardt like slow-mo like dove in front of everybody with the shield and it like comes up pixel by pixel. That was pretty cool.
You know what? That's what it is. Every single cinematic has multiple like chills moments for me.
Yeah, exactly.
And this one had one small one at the beginning. So
yeah,
I think
and it didn't really have one at the beginning, to be fair.
No, I was just like, all right, are we gonna get to see that? Is that gonna happen?
Yeah.
I'm just saying my personal one. You can't say there was no chill moments just because you had no chill moments, Calder.
The manger changer, I would change her.
You could talk normal. That's also an option.
The major change I would make is I'd give us even a little bit of information more about who this boy is.
Oh yeah.
Get his name?
No, do we?
I have no idea, and if you do, it's maybe once.
Although I'll give him this, he is listening to the Lucio album in the background.
That was her.
No, it was on his computer.
I don't know. Either way, they've got
his little album.
Just be like, oh, how's he related at all?
Honest, I think he's one of the mecha people.
No, he's not.
No, because all the mecha people had X's over them, so he's just a guy.
No, that was
in
the
flashback. I stopped it when all the mechas were on screen, and he was not one of them. I don't think.
Maybe he's not. Maybe he's just her friggin' mechanic.
Maybe he's just her.
No, but she's fixing it.
I assumed he was one of the mechas, and all the other mechas were just out like partying or something, and he was like, "I'm gonna stick around with D.va so that I can get with her," and then it never happened because he
doesn't. Wait, let me watch.
Here, I paused it. He is not one of them.
Okay.
You have crazy white-haired bicycle helmet man. You have Sombra, but with more hair.
Nice. But they all have like, they're under repair.
You have bowl cut man, and you have 6-year-old child.
Oh, so all of their things were just destroyed, and D.va's was functional, but still being fixed or whatever.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I actually like some of the other mech designs.
I did too.
Yeah.
Like the blue one and the blue one and the green one.
I like the bowl cut guys.
Oh, he has like rockets that come up on the top there.
Keep in mind, audio podcast.
Okay, so yellow mecha. It looks like D.va's, but
Well,
imagine.
they've probably seen it by now. It's not like
I know.
I'm saying that we shouldn't talk about how cool the mechs look for 14 minutes.
All right.
It's over. Podcast over. Bye.
Shut up.
Yellow one has little flaps that open that shoot rockets. Blue one looks like a whale.
Makes
it doesn't have legs really.
Well,
green
whales
one
don't either, but
I mean in terms of like the mech. The red one looks really beefy, and the green one looks like super fast.
Yeah.
Like a hot rod.
Yeah.
D.va's looks kind of like bubblegum.
D.va's looks like it's the best design because it's the only one that didn't get destroyed.
Fair.
Yeah.
Maybe if they all had infinite defense matrix that shot down bullets, they'd survive.
Infinite defense matrix that goes in literally the entire Earth.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Well, you know what? Let's just go not fully start to end, but like just breeze through. It starts with talking about how D.va is the friggin' savior of Busan, which is why she's on literally every building in the city.
Every can, every cup, every bag of chip, every chip, her face is on it.
Yeah.
And that's microprocessors.
I liked...
not
This is probably the
chips.
closest to a correct prediction that anybody got. But like when we were talking about it, Matt was like, "Oh, the Symmetra cinematic would start with kind of like that, like 2D animation they do for hero intros, and they did this for one shot." At the
I
beginning.
told you. I told you.
Matt was right.
I am the winner of the challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt
I
was
get
the
your
closest
channel now.
guess, 'cause
I get
he
your
was like,
channel
What do
now.
you mean
It'll
he was
be
the
a
closest?
He was like, it'll be a Symmetra one, and they'll give us more information into Vishkar. No, it's not Symmetra, but they did kind of focus it on one character and give us more
Of course they
information.
want to focus it on one character, idiot.
And gave us more information about an organization we knew nothing about.
Did they give us more information?
I think they
They-
did. I'd
they
argue
gave
did.
us-
seem to-
I would.
people
They
seem
gave
to
us
think-
pictures of the
I
other
would argue
mechas.
they did.
Other than like the look of the other mechs. Like,
I
what
would
else did
argue
we
that
learn?
they still did.
They gave us the information.
Okay,
that
It showed because before this cinematic, when you thought like mecha organization, you were like, "Oh, it's just a bunch of it's just a bunch of little kiddie gamers and these robots that Korea kind of like makes do stuff."
Is that what you thought? I just
That's-
thought it was more divas.
That's what I thought.
I did too. I didn't
I
think
honestly
it was.
thought
I
it was
thought there'd
just
be
D.va and a
battles.
couple other people.
It was.
Yeah, I know, but I mean like two other people.
I
And they
just
just
thought it
have
was
D.va
four
mechs.
other people.
be all the same mech.
Yeah.
Instead of
I thought that they would be this similar design, but like slight variations.
But I also thought they
Right.
were just kind of like some weird off thing that Korea kind of just has.
It is.
But this made it seem much bigger than that, where it's like these
Well,
are
it seems like it's the
heroes
first line
in
of defense.
heroes in the country or whatever. It made it seem like I was reading a post on Reddit where it was like it made them seem like an actual respected like real thing, whereas before it was like D.va was a gamer, so the government was like, "You're good at you're gay, big gamer girl, get in a robot."
Okay,
No.
she's a video game prodigy. How come she knows how to build a mech?
I wish
Don't worry
I
about
wish
that.
they
That's-
showed a bit more about like
Anything?
about like how like her being a gamer.
Or her getting the mech? I'd
She
like to
didn't
see
get
that.
It, she made it. I guess. Or
Did she
actually,
make it?
I guess she like. My guess is they funded it, like funded them, and they made their mechs.
Then how did she know how to make this mech?
She probably just learned. I don't know if she
Matt,
made
do you
it. She
know
might
making
how
be
these
to?
mechs?
Matt, do you know how to do only one thing?
maybe friend
Matt,
zone
do
boy.
you know how to
is.
do only one thing?
No, but I think if like
Matt,
I
what
knew
are
how
you
to
good
build
at?
a giant super reactor mech, I feel like the government would be able to do that too, right?
Matt, what are you good at?
I can count to 10
Okay, do it.
sometimes. I don't want to do this on camera, man.
It's
What if I mess
embarrassing.
up?
Okay,
What if I mess up?
Matt, now we know not only are you good at counting to 10, but you're also good at speaking for over 18 minutes.
Wow, is that how much?
Are you trying? Is that your terrible segue?
You are good at two things. That is more than one thing. D.va is good at gamers and good at robots. Boom, two things.
All right.
All right.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Stop whatever you're talking about. It's garbage.
Okay, yeah, let's cut that.
We don't cut
I like-
things in this.
I know,
like-
I'm joking. Okay.
That she was against Talon things.
Were
Yeah,
those Talon things?
That's
Yeah.
my guess, and yeah.
That's my
that.
guess
Oh,
on
that
all
would
the
explain why
Reddits.
they came in a second wave, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a second. It wasn't a second wave. It was a different attack. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
But
sense.
it also makes sense that Talon would make it seem like an Omnic thing, because that would spark a lot of like, we hate the Omnics kind of thing.
Did they want that?
Well,
Probably.
Doomfist wants war.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that's true.
He just wants everybody to be mad, so that would work.
Yeah. So I like that. Which kind of goes with my theory of Talon attacking places. Trying to stake their
You're
claim.
almost right, although
So technically we were all almost right.
I haven't
Except
been
for
I
almost
still
right.
think I get your channel.
Me and Matt get the channel.
Here's what I will
Eh.
say: when they did like a zoom in on the the Talon like drone, and like they zoomed in on its eye, and it was like going forward, I was like, oh, they're about to do a reveal. Like there's something about this drone, but then it was
And
just
then it's
like, oh, it's a
nothing.
drone, and he just
it
wanted
has
to have a
arms?
closer eye. I thought it was gonna
It
be
has
like
many
someone was
arms?
piloting it or something, or like,
It zooms in on the eye, and inside the drone, you see Doomfist.
and he's like,
And he punches out of the drone and lands on the D.va's mech.
oh, Calder and I were talking about this a little before, Matt. When it went to black after she landed in the water, which, by the way, absolutely should have died because that's a long fall onto, like...
Yeah. Concrete, pretty much, at
Yeah.
that height.
Yeah. And she broke a leg. But, like, when she fell and it went to black, did you at all think, man, what if they just killed her right now?
Save the cinematic, yeah.
Yeah. I was like...
She's
She's
just
just out
dead.
of the game.
She's just dead.
Yeah,
and
and
then
they
just
in the
removed
next
her from
in
the
the
game.
next patch, you play as bull cut guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd actually be kind of cool.
But they
if
never
switched
give
the
him a
mech.
name. It's D.va's friend.
I want no. He has a name. He has a name.
What's his name?
No, not bowl cut. He's.
Oh,
you guys
let me
aren't
find
talking
it.
about the
Okay.
same guy.
Here, you guys
Adam's
talk about
talking
something in
about
the
friend
background.
zone boy.
Oh,
Oh wait, are we talking about different people?
yeah,
Yeah.
bull cut yellow mecha guy.
Oh.
Mhm.
It is so
Keep up.
funny how friggin' bowl cut yellow mecha guy who wasn't in the trailer or like in the cinematic at all has a name, but the guy
His name
who had
is
the second most amount of dialogue has no
Kung
name.
Su.
What's the
Kung Su.
friggin' Yeah, but what's the friggin' guy who had speaking lines? What's his name?
Evan?
uh
Evan Kim?
Yeah. I'm gonna look up D.va short film because that's what came up. Guy name. No,
Alright.
nothing's coming up at all. Cool. So it's just a guy. New
Oh,
hero.
his name's Yehun. Dayhun.
Is it?
I just listened to it again, and she's like,
Oh, okay.
"It's overrated, Dayhun."
Day.
Oh, he does say that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Anyway,
final verdict.
Anyway.
Final verdict.
Pretty
We'll go. Final verdict. It was good.
was good.
We kind of want more lore. I think cinematics
just
aren't the
want-
way to do more lore. They should release like a billion more comics.
I want more substance than it was. It could be described as there was a battle is over, they're surprised, she attacks them, she almost loses, blows up the mech, then it's done.
It ends kind of in the same place it started. It starts
Yeah.
and it's like, we almost lost, but I've got to keep trying. And it ends where she's like, I almost lost. I've got to keep trying.
There wasn't really any development. Like
Yeah.
in the Reinhardt one, he like changes character. That's like how he becomes himself. In the Mei one, that kind of creates her character. You know, in the Genji Hanzo one, it develops a bond between them. You know, not a bond, but you know,
Here's-
it develops a relationship there.
Here's what I will say on my point of this being similar to the May one. Both of those were very much just like it's kind of just showing you cool stuff. It's not really telling you anything. It's just showing you cool stuff cuz the May one, like, yes, it shows how she made her gun, but it's not like you're like, "Oh, she makes her gun cuz she mixes the gargoxide with the garbuxide poison to make the icky goo ice come out." It's just like she made a gun out of a teapot. It's like, so, and then a hair dryer, but like, so I feel like they're similar because it was very much like, look at this character, you love doing things. Isn't this cool? And it's like, yeah, but why though? Show me something that matters.
You know,
please.
when they release the Lucios short, that's when I'll be happy. And he better be in Helios, man.
What if it's just him wall riding for a
I'm
full
kidding.
8 minutes and he just boops a bunch of people off a cliff and people get mad?
Put some montage music to it and get some epic reactions, you know? And be a happy camper.
All right.
You
I
know?
liked the cinematic. I want them to keep doing cinematics. It's weird we're like complaining about like like a almost $2 million like cinematic film about a video game we play. But
This is the best reality.
yeah. But yeah, it was good. I want more of them, but I also think that cinematics aren't the best way to get lore. I feel like they need to like pump stuff into comics or pump stuff into like,
just give us the story mode in the game.
that would take a lot.
I
want them
like
to,
the
but it would take
idea.
a lot.
I like the idea of a
care.
new event where it's a PvE and it's a 6-player team and you can pick any of the mechs.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
That would be really cool.
And that would be
Aren't there only 5 mechs? You
So?
silly bitch.
Okay, a 5v.
Okay, no, it's
5v6.
6v. It's 5 mechs, and then one person has to play as Daehun. And just walk around and go, guys!
No, he gets his hover bike, but it's broken.
There you go. There you go.
His ult is he fixes it.
And then it lasts for the next 5 minutes.
You have to crack open like 17 D.va sodas.
All right, we liked it. We want more, but we also want more lore. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I don't have the outro music pulled up, so who cares? This isn't a podcast anyway. This is just a one-off weirdo. It's longer than this week's podcast, though.
How long are we at right now?
27 mins.
I pulled a Calder. Okay.
That's fine. Whoa, that's a
Calder.
old Boys at Large reference.
Oh, anybody watch Boys at Large here?
No.
Oh.
Absolutely.
All right.
Everyone does.
We're done.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We will catch you guys next time. Thanks, Matt, for being on. Do you want to plug your social medias?
No, thank you.
All right, bye.
Follow my spam.
Okay, it's cut.